Why do we suffer at the hands of these politicians? Don't you know politicians work for you?
Hey!
You're the boss. You hire them and you fire them. Look at their campaign. You know what they do? They audition.
Yeah!
When you put them on the job, if they're not doing the job...
Okay, we're back with Jerry Williams again at Talk Labor. You know what time of the day it is. That's where we sit around and just talk. And you know what makes it so good? I have, run across a lot of people that say that they listen to my show. And, it surprised me, some of the people that listen. And they tell me some of the things I've said and stuff like that. You know what that makes me feel? Great. Because that means if they're saying it to me, they're saying it to other people. That's what you have to do. Talk. Talk about not just labor, but everything that affects you, your family, your neighborhood, your city, your state. Keep talking. Keep talking. All this was crazy stuff with Donald Trump and that group. If you're as old as I am, and a lot of people are, you've seen it before. And you got to go and attack it. Now, I like the way the young people are attacking it today. And they're not afraid. They're standing up for what they believe in. And we got to stand behind them. Give them all the information we can give them. Because one of the things that I found that they do or don't do, they don't tell you anything about your history because they don't want you to know. Not all white people are like that. Just a handful of these knuckle-dragging Neanderthals that do that. Okay? They try to keep control. So stay with what you do. Stay with these young people. Stay behind them. One of the things I want to start off talking about today, though, is abortions. They're trying to go back and change everything back to the way it was during the Jim Crow days. They're talking about women shouldn't have an abortion. First of all, how in the hell can a man tell a woman what she can and cannot do with her body? Can a woman go and tell men you're having too many kids, we need to circumcise you? Or, it doesn't happen. They want to tell women that they can't have an abortion. I don't care what happened. If they are raped by a criminal, by whatever, they say that she must have the baby. Damn it, are you going to keep the baby? Are you going to raise that baby? You mean to tell me you're going to tell her she's got to be, she gets raped, she's got to sit up and watch that child that she was raped with and had, for some rapist for the rest of her life? I don't think so. That is a ploy. They don't give a damn about abortions, these people that's pushing that. For instance, if Mitch McConnell's daughter got raped by a big black buck and got pregnant, you gonna tell me they're not gonna abort that? Don't be a fool. Only the knuckle-dragging Neanderthals would believe some stuff like that. And this whole thing about what's going on with insurrection and all this stuff, if these people could get to a point where they're just like, say Putin and some of these other so-called oligarchs, or I call them criminals, around the world, they would do to you, I'm talking to you, Mr. and Mrs. White America, they would do to you the same thing that Putin do to his people. You don't see the black people over there. It might be 5 or 6, but you don't see the black people over there. What do? They come in and take everything you have. Say, for instance, I forget the name, the guy's name at Amazon, but the guy that owns Amazon, he come and just take it and run them out of the country. That's what Putin do. They don't give a damn about you, dude and lady. They are concerned about money. These Republicans are concerned about money. I want to see the Democrats get tougher as this time goes on. Get tougher. We're going to go to another subject now. Now, I always thought I was on top of everything. When it comes to, black, white, and, poor, rich, I thought I was pretty much on top of everything. But I watch a lot of football. And here's something I didn't pay attention to, or I didn't know. They hid it from us pretty good. And they were doing this up until just recently when they got caught. And now they're trying to change and fix it. And that is when a black football player got injured playing football. They would say that they couldn't get the care that they needed. I'm talking about the black football player now. That it was too expensive. And the reason that they said that he couldn't get it was that he was incognito. In other words, he's dumb, and he was dumb anyway. I'm not kidding you. Look this up for yourself. That he was dumb anyway, so we shouldn't have to pay for that because we got injured. He was dumb anyway. This is what they did with black football players. And then with the white football players, they actually got all the care that they need and all the money that they need. Now, you might think I'm lying. Look this up for yourself. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. That's what I'd be damned. I thought I was on top of things. But it's true. They're just now starting to fix that. Even Gale Sayers didn't get the necessary care that he needed and paid for. You all got to understand where I'm coming from. But they're now trying to correct it. Look that up. Your African-American football players. The word that they use, I'm telling you, this is no joke. It's really happening. You got to look it up and you got to see for yourself, because it's just hard to believe. You probably think, oh, Jerry's just going, no, Jerry's not going on and on. This is true. I wouldn't tell you that it wasn't true. It wasn't true. But here, take a look at this.
Cruise ships are now facing a new battle in their efforts to set sail for the first time in more than a year. Operators who sail out of Florida's large southern ports want to require COVID vaccinations. But under an order signed by Governor Ron DeSantis back in April, businesses are not allowed to ask about vaccination status. Okay.
Now, that's the governor of Florida. He's stupid. He's just plain stupid. Now, they're opening up the cruise ships again in Florida. Now, the people that own the cruise ships are saying that in order to be on the cruise ship, you have to be vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, you cannot come on the cruise ship. This clown is saying that any cruise ship that tell a person they have to be vaccinated, they will fine anybody that's on there that's vaccinated. They're going to fine the cruise ship $5,000 per customer if they say they got to be vaccinated. You heard me. This is what this clown, I think his name is DeSantis, let's say it in Florida. They're going to fine the cruise ship $5,000 per person if they tell them that they have to be vaccinated. Yeah, and this thing about vaccination, I'm like this. I think that if people don't want to be vaccinated, they shouldn't be vaccinated. But if they catch COVID and die, I don't care, because you had the opportunity to be vaccinated. And if you're not vaccinated, it's your own fault. Now, anybody that want to get vaccinated and can't get vaccinated, I got sympathy for. But people that say they don't want to be vaccinated, let them clowns go. Let them die. Who cares? Let them die. You say Jerry's cold if you want him not. I'm just truthful. You know, I am just truthful. Now, we're going to move on to something that and this is kind of an abbreviated show. Like I said, we got things to do, and with this COVID, we're just not getting over it, and we'll be getting back into the studio pretty soon. But I kind of enjoy doing it from the house, though. But I want to go to a place that I love, folks, and it's a place called West Point, Mississippi. Remember I tell you the young man that was running for mayor and he would become the first African American to be mayor, black African American to be mayor of that town. Guess what? He won by a landslide. His name is Rod Bobo. He won by a landslide. I am so thrilled because this happened in my lifetime. When I was a teenager, 16 years old, we did all kinds of fights and stuff and protests and stuff like that, trying to get people to vote. We was out there registering people, even though we couldn't vote. We were registering people to vote because they asked us to. I had one of my best friends, I told you this several times, that was murdered as a result of that. And it's just wonderful. First step I saw when I came back to Mississippi, I left. The sheriff run me out of there. But when I came back, I saw black and white kids holding hands. I'm like, ho, knock my shoes off. Black and white kids holding hands. They were, you know, and black kids were going to the white schools and white kids going to the black schools. I said, what a change. My granddaughter, when I was down there, we couldn't go in the back door at Mississippi State. She went to Mississippi State on a scholarship and graduated. And I might add, graduated a year early at Mississippi State. And now they have put themselves together. My daughter was instrumental in getting this young brother elected. And I think he's one of the sharpest young people that I've seen. And they got the first black mayor in the city of West Point. You know what the best thing about that? They didn't elect him because he was black. They elected him because he was the most qualified person there. And believe me, when you hear him talk, you understand that he was one of the most qualified people there. And they elected him as mayor. And they're doing great, and they're getting ready to celebrate. And I'm going down there too. They do a big city celebration. I'm going down there. I'm going to be there. Me and my whole family, my wife and everybody. We'll be there. Okay, we're going to take a little break right here, and then we're going to come right back, okay? Because I want to give you some information about where we are with the lawsuit, and I know everybody's waiting on that. We'll be right back.
To be honest, I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
I checked what the CDC says and spoke with my doctor about the potential side effects. It definitely made me much less anxious. She told me if I have some arm pain or feel tired, that's completely normal as my body builds a defense to the virus.
I was willing to take the vaccine to protect me, my family, and my friends.
Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Okay, we're back. Listen, one thing right quick I want to bring to you is colds and flus. You know we don't have any more colds and flu. How many people have you seen lately that had a cold or had the flu? You haven't seen it, have you? Now think about this. One of the things that you do, you wash your hands and you cover your mouth and your nose, right? So you hadn't got the flu. That ought to tell us something, right? I tell you what, I'll be washing my hands from now on. And when I go in a place I'm not comfortable, I'm gonna have my mask with me. I got my virus shots, my COVID virus shots, but you know, the flu and stuff like that. Hey, that's the way to protect yourself. Now they've been telling you to do this for a long time. They've been telling me to do it a long time. I'm like, yeah, right, But now I will be washing my hands. And I will be checking people, and if people come around me coughing, I'm getting away from them. I am going to get away from them. You know, because, hey man, you know, you can protect yourself. It's up to you. It's up to you to protect yourself. George Floyd. After George Floyd's death, do you know how many people the police have murdered after George Floyd was murdered? To this date, 229 people they have murdered since they murdered George Floyd. We got to do something about that. We got to stop being so damn passive. We got to do something about that. And I think we can. I know we can, as a matter of fact. All right, let's get to what a lot of people have been waiting on. And that's the lawsuit that we filed against the Chicago Transit Authority, the pension plan, and all of that. When they came in and illegally started stealing our money. There's a lot going on that a lot of you people don't know about. I do. I got facts on it. I got it on paper. Now, they had the hearing today. Our lawyer said it went very well. You know, they're okay with it. And the judge was presented thousands of pages of briefs, because if I go back over it again, telling you how all this happened, the COVID virus came in, they changed judges, this judge is a new judge, and you know, he wanted to have a hearing today, which he did. His position was that he will rule, not going to go any further, but he will rule on October 24th, okay? It's not a long time. I know a lot of people are sick of it. I am too. I intend to do something about that. You know, I do believe that the judge is going to do what he needs to do. But there are some things that people need to know, and they're going to know it. It's time now to step up and do what I got to do. I've been very patient. I've been 10 years of patient. Patience run out. Okay? Now, moving forward, people in the way would just get knocked over. But there are things that these people have been doing at the pension department that the world needs to know about, and they will. And they will. So we're going to move forward with that. I want you to stay tuned. I'm going to give you all the details on my next show, which you will see. And we're going to have to just move forward. I mean, I've seen some things happen. I've seen these people take total control of the union total control of the pension plan from the union. Not just go in there and take it, but go down to Springfield, pass a bill to take it. There's a lot that's going to be exposed. And you're going to be surprised when you see it, but it will be. I like what the lawyers told me today. They say they had a very good hearing today. They're very much satisfied with what the judge said. I am too, but I'm also kind of pissed about the fact that it's been 10 years and it's time to move forward. And we're going to do something about that. I'll give you details on my next meeting. I think you will appreciate it. Okay, with that, hey, I'm going to let you take a look at this, and then we're going to get out of here and get ready for the next Talk Labor. And I want you to get around and spread everything that you can to your people. Let them know what's going on in this crazy, crazy world and what's going on in your neighborhoods, okay? And I expect to have some pretty good guests on as soon as we get back into the station. I got a policeman that wants to come on. So we're going to get ready to get out of there. And hey, y'all take a look. See you next week. At the next show. Bye-bye.
See, I know why you mad at me. I'm getting more money than you. I'm getting more money than you. Everybody knows. 'cause I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you. See, I know why you mad at me. I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you. Everybody knows why you do what you do. It's 'cause I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you. See, I know why you mad at me. I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you. Everybody knows why you do what you do. It's 'cause I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you.
I don't follow leaders who ain't got no mission. Fly like a bird, sting like a hornet. You want me to follow?
Tell me where we going.
Don't you know you work for me? Don't you know you work for me? Yeah.